It all started with a text message. I was minding my own business when my phone buzzed with an alert. The screen lit up with a message claiming to be from Amazon, stating a payment of $999.99 for an iPhone 15 Pro Max had been charged to my account. It instructed me to call a customer support number immediately if I didn't authorize the purchase. We've all seen these messages before, the poorly disguised attempts to instill panic. Most times, I delete them without a second thought. But that day, something felt different. I had time on my hands, and curiosity got the better of me. I decided to see just how far this rabbit hole went. I dialed the number. After 2 rings, a man with a rehearsed, official-sounding voice answered. He introduced himself as David from the Amazon security department. I adopted my best panic tone and told him my name was Ben Carter and that I'd received a text about a fraudulent iPhone purchase. He was smooth, I'll give him that. He sounded genuinely concerned and assured me he was there to help. He said he needed to verify my identity to stop the transaction and that he was sending a code to my phone. He asked me to read it back to him. I knew exactly what this was. That code was a password reset link. If I gave it to him, he'd have full access to my actual Amazon account. But I wasn't about to play along that far. Instead, I decided to be the most technologically confused person he'd ever spoken to. I fumbled reading the numbers, mixing them up, asking him to repeat himself, and complaining about my screen being too dim. I could hear the frustration simmering in his voice as he tried to steer me back on track. After a few minutes of this, he seemed to give up. He told me the transaction was cancelled, but the situation was very serious. To protect my bank accounts from further fraud, he said he needed to transfer me to the Federal Security Division of my bank. Before I could respond, I was listening to tinny, generic hold music. A new voice came on the line, deeper, more authoritative. This guy introduced himself as Officer Grayson. He told me I was the victim of a severe financial breach and that to protect my life savings, I needed to move my money immediately to a secure federal holding account. His instructions were clear. I was to withdraw $1,000 in cash. Then he said the thing that truly stunned me. A certified, insured courier from a company called National Secure Transfers would be dispatched to my location. I was to show him the cash, he would provide a digital receipt, and my funds would be electronically returned to my account within 1 business day. A courier. He was going to send a real person to my door to pick up $1,000 in cash. The sheer audacity of it was breathtaking. This wasn't just a phone scam, it was a coordinated operation. I poured on the gratitude, my voice shaking with fake relief. I thanked him profusely for saving my money. He asked for my address, and I knew I couldn't give him my real one. I needed a place that was public, safe, and, frankly, perfect for the occasion. And then it hit me. I gave him the address of the Franklin County Public Safety Complex, the local police station. I tacked on apartment 2B to make it sound legitimate. He repeated it back to me, confirming that a courier named Marcus would arrive between 3:30 and 4 p.m. He warned me not to be late. I hung up and immediately called my friends. I told them they wouldn't believe what was happening and that we needed to set a trap. We scrambled to get everything ready. We weren't about to use real money, so we created a prop. We took a stack of printer paper, put a single $1 bill on top, and wrapped a bank strap around it. From a distance, it looked convincing. We sealed it in an envelope and then, for a personal touch, printed a label that said, "For the scammer. Nice TOI," and taped it to a small, empty box. We drove to the public safety complex and found a parking spot with a clear view of the main entrance. My heart was racing. Part of me still doubted anyone would actually show up. But at 3:45 p.m., right on schedule, a sedan with a magnetic sign that read City Express Couriers pulled into the lot. A young guy, probably in his early 20s, got out. He looked anxious, checking his phone and then staring up at the large, official-looking building with a flagpole out front. He was searching for an apartment building that didn't exist. He was just standing there, looking utterly lost, when a uniformed police officer, Sergeant Evans, walked out toward his patrol car. He noticed the confused young man and approached him. I was too far away to hear the conversation, but I could see it unfold. The courier, Marcus, gestured nervously. The officer listened, then glanced at the building before looking back at him. His response was calm but firm. I later learned he said, "Son, this is the police station. There are no apartments here." The color drained from Marcus's face. He began stammering, explaining that he was just hired for a gig to pick up envelopes, scan a barcode, and get paid. He insisted he didn't ask questions. Sergeant Evans simply nodded and suggested they continue their conversation inside. We watched as a terrified Marcus was led into the police station. We found out later that the police had a long, serious talk with him. He was just a kid who thought he'd found an easy gig online. He had no idea he was being used as a money mule in a criminal operation. They let him go with a stern warning and a crash course in how not to get involved with scams. As for the scammer, Officer Grayson, my phone lit up with 6 missed calls over the next hour. He was probably wondering where his courier and his $1,000 had gone. I never answered. The whole experience was surreal. It was a stark reminder of how real and sophisticated these scams can be. They prey on fear and urgency, hoping to make you stop thinking logically. But the rule is simple. Your bank, the government, Amazon, they will never, ever call you to ask for cash or gift cards. Never. If you get a call like that, just hang up. And if you're ever feeling particularly creative, you might just give them an address they'll remember. The entire experience was a surreal reminder of how sophisticated and brazen these scams have become. They don't just play on greed anymore, they weaponize fear and urgency, hoping to short-circuit your common sense. That official-sounding voice, the rehearsed concern, the seamless handoff from Amazon to the Federal Security Division, it's all designed to make you feel like you're doing the right thing by cooperating. But the most important lesson here is incredibly simple. No legitimate organization, not your bank, not Amazon, not the government, will ever call you out of the blue to demand cash, gift cards, or verification codes. Ever. If you receive a call or text like this, your first and only move should be to hang up immediately. Do not engage. Do not press buttons. Just hang up. Then, if you're concerned, contact the company directly using the official customer service number listed on their website, not the one provided by the potential scammer. Staying safe isn't about being a cybersecurity expert, it's about trusting your instincts. That feeling in your gut telling you something isn't right? Listen to it. Pause, take a breath, and verify. Protecting yourself is often that straightforward. But let's rewind for a second. Because the real genius, and the real danger, of this scam is in its psychology. It wasn't just a random ask, it was a carefully crafted manipulation designed to override the logical part of your brain. Let's break down exactly how they did it, step by step, so you can recognize the playbook next time. Step 1. The bait, the text message. It wasn't a phone call first. It was a text. Why? Because a text is less intrusive. You can read it at your own pace, and your guard is down. It's also shareable. You can forward that text to a friend and say, "Hey, is this real?" Which is exactly what they want you to do. It lends credibility. The amount, $999, is specific and high enough to trigger a panic response, but not so high that it feels utterly unbelievable. Step 2. The hook, Amazon security. When I called, I wasn't connected to some dingy call center in my mind. I was talking to David from the Amazon security department. They use real-sounding department names to sound official. His job was simple: be helpful, be reassuring, and create a sense of urgency. He immediately confirmed my fear. "Yes, I see the transaction here," to build trust. He was the good cop. Step 3. The handoff, the illusion of legitimacy. This is a critical step. David didn't ask for money. He transferred me to the Federal Security Division of my bank. This handoff is psychological genius. It makes the entire thing feel like a coordinated effort between major corporations. You're not just talking to one person. You're being passed through a secure, official network. You think, well, Amazon is working with my bank to fix this, that makes sense. It doesn't. They would never do that. Step 4. The authority, Officer Grayson. Enter the bad cop, but in the role of the hero. Officer Grayson used language of authority and protection. Words like federal, security division, breach, secure your assets. His tone was stern and direct. He wasn't asking, he was telling me what needed to be done to save my money. When someone presents themselves as an authority figure in a moment of crisis, our natural inclination is to obey. It's a deep-seated psychological principle these scammers exploit mercilessly. Step 5. The solution: a tangible, urgent action. They don't ask for wire transfers or complicated Bitcoin transactions. They ask for cash. Why? Because cash feels real and final. And they send a courier. This is the masterstroke. It creates an immense time pressure. You have a 30-minute window to go to the bank, withdraw the money, and be ready. This time pressure is designed to eliminate any last chance you have to slow down, think critically, or call a real friend or family member for advice. You're in a panic-induced tunnel vision. Now, let's talk about the courier, Marcus, for a second. This is a crucial part of the scam ecosystem that most people don't see. Marcus wasn't a master criminal. He was a money mule. He likely answered a too-good-to-be-true job ad online promising easy money for simple tasks like package retrieval or local courier services. He thought he was just picking up documents or a small parcel. He was insulated from the truth, used as a disposable pawn to physically collect the cash and move it, putting a layer of protection between the scammer in another country and the victim. The scammer gets clean, untraceable cash, and if anyone gets caught, it's the kid in the parking lot, not them. So, what do you do? Hanging up is rule number 1, but let's go beyond that. Let's talk about proactive defense. Your anti-scam action plan. 1. Verify independently, every time. Got a text about your Amazon account? Don't call the number in the text. Don't even click links to log in. Open your Amazon app or go directly to Amazon.com yourself and check your order history. Got a call from your bank? Hang up, find the customer service number on the back of your card or on your official statement, and call them directly. You are initiating the contact. You are in control. 2. Slow down. This is the single most powerful tool you have. Scammers need speed. They need you to act before you think. Their entire script is designed to rush you. If you feel that rush, that's your red flag. Politely say, "I need to call you back," or "I'm going to verify this myself and visit my local branch." A legitimate agent will understand. A scammer will become agitated, aggressive, and insist you stay on the line. That's your confirmation. 3. Know the red flags. A. Pressure and urgency. You must act now or your account will be closed, you will be arrested, your money will be gone. B. Unusual payment methods. Cash, gift cards, like iTunes, Google Play, Steam, wire transfers, Western Union, MoneyGram, or cryptocurrency. Legitimate businesses do not operate this way. C. Requests for remote access. They will ask you to download an app like AnyDesk or TeamViewer so they can fix your computer or secure your account. This gives them total control over your device. D. Verification codes. Anyone who calls you and asks you to read a code sent to your phone is trying to break into your account. 4. Talk about it. Tell your friends, your family, especially older relatives who might be targeted. The more we talk about these tactics, the less effective they become. Share videos like this one. Awareness is a shield. What happened with Marcus had a real impact. The police explained to him that he was an unwitting participant in a federal crime. He was lucky he was just used to pick up a package and wasn't facing more serious charges. That conversation was probably more terrifying than any fine. He became a victim of the scam too, just in a different way. The calls from Officer Grayson eventually stopped. He knew the game was up. He moved on to the next number on his list, hoping to find someone who wouldn't slow down, who wouldn't think, who would let fear make the decision for them. Don't be that person. Your greatest defense isn't a fancy antivirus. It's your own critical thinking. It's that moment of pause. It's the simple, powerful act of hanging up the phone. If this story helped you understand how these scams work, if it made you laugh, or better yet, made you feel more empowered, then please let me know by hitting that like button below. It genuinely helps this video reach more people who need to see it. And if you want to join us as we dive into the world of scams, pranks, and digital safety, consider subscribing to the channel. I'd love to have you as part of our community. Thanks for watching, for staying until the end. Stay curious, stay skeptical, and above all, stay safe. I'll see you in the next one.